Hi! In this tutorial we're going to be looking at a really easy way to draw a cute little dog. This little picture is great for a quick birthday card for somebody you know. For this tutorial you will need a piece of cardboard, felt tip pens and a paintbrush as well as a little bit of water. Let's get started. Right, I'm going to be starting with my felt tip pen, but if you would prefer, you can start with your pencil, and then when you're happy with your drawing, you can just go over the pencil with your felt tip pen. I've folded my page in half because I want this to be a little card at the end. So before you get started, you can fold yours. You could also cut it out and paste it down on a card if you want. The first thing we're going to do is on the left-hand side of the page, we're going to draw the dog's head. This is just going to be a nice big oval, and then we're going to draw his body. He's going to be a short, stubby little dog, so we're not going to make it too long. I've made the body about twice the size of the head. Next, we're going to draw some ears. I'm just drawing 2 triangles in the top corner. Then we're going to draw his legs. Now again, we want him to look really short and cute, so we're just going to draw some short little legs barely sticking out from under the body. One's kind of a third of the way through the body, one's right in the front. They're just really 2 lines with an oval at the bottom, and then we're going to draw the back leg here. Now I'm not going to add the leg that's furthest away, just because when you're drawing a really simple cartoon, if you add too many details, it can make the picture look messy. And because he's a little bit of a stubby dog, he can have his back leg hidden and it will be fine. Then I'm just going to draw a little tail, kind of an S-shaped tail at the end. And then finally we need eyes and a nose and mouth for the dog. So just below his ears, I'm going to add just 2 dots for eyes, an oval that's about as wide as the eyes are apart, and that will be his little nose. And I've coloured it in, but just left a little fleck of white there, just to make him look a bit cuter, like he's got a nice shiny wet little nose. Then a nice long line down, and his little mouth is a moon shape. So if you're happy with the basics of your little dog now, you can switch to your felt tip pen to add the details in. What we're going to do is just add a little bit of colour around the edges of his face. So I'm doing about two lines of colour on each of these spots, and for his body as well. Usually the bottom of the dog's tummy has got darker shading, so I'm doing a couple more lines along the bottom. But I'm drawing an outline that is 2 lines thick, if that makes sense. Right, what we're going to do next is take our paintbrush that's been dipped in water and just go over the paint and let it bleed or smudge in. When you do this, be very careful to not go over the eyes and the mouth. You could even leave until the end. So I'm just taking my paintbrush full of water and I'm rubbing it over the lines that I've just drawn. And you can see it's pulling some of the ink out and adding a bit of colour to our dog. Okay, I'm going around the edges of his face. Don't worry if it goes out the lines a little bit. This is quite a loose drawing, which means you can get away with the smudge or going out the lines every now and again. It gives the drawing a little bit of character. Right, once you're happy that you've spread your paint around, you need to leave this to dry completely before you add your details. If you draw on this when it's still wet, the felt tip pen is just going to smudge everywhere and it's going to ruin those final details that we want to add. What we're going to do next is add a little bit of fur to him, or like lots of hair. He's going to be a little bit of a scruffy dog. It's nice and easy to start with the ears. We're just going to draw some lines coming in from each of the ears, or you could even say fanning out. It doesn't matter which way around you do them. And then we're going to go down the side of his face. From the top of his nose, you can draw some coming out, and draws a few of them closer to his mouth. Can give him some whiskers on his chin. What you want to do is still make the eyes and the nose and the mouth visible, so you don't want to do too many around there. Around his eyes you can do almost like really fat eyebrows coming out, and they can come up onto his head. If you find the ears are not standing out as much anymore, you could extend them. Okay, then we're going to add some fur on his body. Now, I've been quite heavy-handed with my fur, and you don't need to be so heavy-handed. So if you look at this example here, I've used a lot less lines and it still looks quite nice. So this one is an example with a lot of them close together, and this one shows you if you do less of them and make them further apart, it can still look fine, all right. Okay, just a couple of hairs over his body, and his little tail. And then you could add a little caption to it. I'm going to say, "Have a great day." These are nice little things to just have in your cupboard and pop out when you need to give someone a card. If you wanted to, you could also take a little red marker, add a little collar or a little tag, a dog tag. It's up to you how you'd like to finish off your card. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like button. You can subscribe to our channel. We have tons of great ideas put up every week. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below.